swear to God. Literally the worst. I just made fucking gamer shops with, I just dumped the rest of my, what the fuck you call it, a tub? Into the bottle, and it's a bit strong, but you know, I could use the extra caffeine, let's be honest, to get through this mess. I'm gonna need as much energy as possible. Just, honestly, at this point, inject cocaine directly into my veins. Fuck you, Tao. I don't actually get it. I've got a new order of gamer shops coming in, but I don't actually get it from, I get it from Gamer Bulk because I'm European, and if you get it from gamer shops themselves, it takes like a month and a half to get here. And I ain't got time for that. Okay. Okay. Tweeted and... So, how are we going? How are we? Give us low... Oh, sorry, I'm not in the low P model, my bad. Apologies. Sorry, I'm not Pink Bunny Girl today. You don't get your waifu dose. You don't get your Lopi stream. Oh, I'm doing alright. This week has been... I feel like I definitely jinxed it the last week with... Sorry, yeah, mail on stream. Apologies. I definitely jinxed it last week with a fucking... Oh, guys, it's just positive news this week. Nothing bad happened. And then this week... This is certainly a week. I mean, in terms of number of things to go through, we have less than usual. But in terms of, holy shit, like, I don't want to say quality of news. It's kind of fucked up way of referring to it, but it's been a week. Do we want to start with the non-Kenji situation, or do we want to get the Kenji situation out of the way and wrap up on a positive note? What do you think, chat? What's the bet? An hour of Michi and then speedrun for everything else. I had to rewatch the debut to make sure I didn't mispronounce her name in the short, because I was like, holy shit. I mean, it makes sense, Michi Mochievee, but like, when I first saw that name, I was like, oh no. You want to just, we'll start with the Kenji shit and wrap up positive? Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that.
Congrats on being the only functional news tuber, Moonboy. False is probably drinking himself into a stupor because of this Kenji thing.
I have the benefit of that because I do shorts that I don't have to like take a side or be very like opinionated in my shorts, because I just give the news and then move on. I'd hate to be in False's shoes right now. So the Kenji situation. Let's go over to Twitter. I'm so sorry. I don't want to scar you with Twitter, but we do have to go to Twitter. It is so sad. So, okay. I'll start with the tweet that started it all, that kind of brought everything to attention, and then I'll go back and we'll do it chronologically, right? Let me bring this shit up. Zoom in. And transition. So, Kenji is a very popular male VTuber.
Let's not talk about Kenji. Let's talk about Sayu instead.
Yeah, let's just skip over it.
PPV starting in a few hours. New demon lady, cute model.
Thank you for the super chat, Ben. And Salty, thank you both for the super chats. Yeah, let's just skip over the bad news. We don't need to talk about it. There is no bad news in Basing Say. So, Kenji, very popular male VTuber. He is very popular. He is, I mean, he's popular as a VTuber, but he also just has a very successful YouTube channel as well. He's gotten in some dramas in the past, but I don't know that he's ever had anything like blow up quite like this in terms of drama. Maybe the Sayu thing, we'll get to that. He posted 4 days ago, this. It was, I cried on stream, broke down in frustration yesterday. I was told Dovalov was downplaying doxing me in a voice call by Phoenix a while back. Been fucking with his mental ever since. He didn't allegedly dox me, put my personal information, shared pictures and videos of me in the Discord hate group chat. Reason he took down his initial post and swept everything under the rug was because he feared if he didn't get on her good side, she continued to cause trouble. Didn't want to put my safety and my family's safety at risk, but at this point I don't know what to do. If she's that comfortable downplaying what she's done in voice calls now, I don't think keeping quiet would be the safest option for me. Sorry, I'm just reading through it quickly because you guys can read as well. Like, I don't normally like just sitting and reading through things. I trust you people to be competent enough to read text on your own. Unless you're audio only, in which case, oh no. Basically, Phoenix, told Kenji that Dove, someone who apparently doxed him, was downplaying it in a voice call, and as a result, he released this information from about 2 years ago, detailing said doxing. So, said his full name, his personal Instagram. Thankfully, this is all blurred so I can show it. And just pictures, and apparently to like it's called Kenji Support Group, but I think that's like an ironic name. It was actually like a hate group. So this happened, I think, 2 years ago, right? And he didn't... Phoenix was the one that told him initially, and he kind of deleted the post and didn't really bring it up. But now, apparently, in another voice call with Phoenix, Dove downplayed her doxing, and Phoenix again told Kenji, and thus he's bringing it up again because obviously she doesn't regret what she did. So, let's run it back, right? Actually, okay, first of all, we should clarify the players. Dove is another VTuber, used to be a mod for Kenji. We'll get into that. Phoenix is a member of the previous Mofongo boys. I've collabed with him a few times. Cool guy, from what I've experienced. He's, I don't know, every time I've spoken to him, he's been pretty fucking cool. But he's part of, or he was part of Mofongo boys with Rikami and Kage and oh fuck. Oh no, I'm drawing a blank. This is bad. I remember his name. It begins with an A, but it's got a lot of letters in it. Andy. Yeah, thank you. He was that was a previous. It was a previous group. It was blown up. Yeah, Andy SSJ. That's one. I remember the S's, and I was like, is it Ansi? I was having a moment. And so it would. Mofongo Boys was blown up. Rikami especially is pretty big, but like the group as a whole was like bouncing off each other and doing really, really well in terms of like view count and like numbers. Until this happened. I'm going to be in a collab with Phoenix this weekend. I think I have a few collabs coming up that I've not got straight in my head. So, if we run it back really quick, let me actually, you know what, I'm going to get another tab of Twitter up so I can bring shit up before I show it, and then I'll bring it up. So, let me, yeah, I have everything bookmarked, thankfully. I actually did my job this week. So, actually, saying that, I think I forgot to bookmark the one fucking thing I meant to bookmark. Fuck me. Let me see if I can find it again. But Dove used to be a mod for Kenji, right? She, on his Discord, his private Discord server. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. So this is from another one of Kenji's mod, right? Released this after the apology. Again, we're doing this in chronological order, so things are going to be a bit out of place. I'm just trying to set the scene in order. Dove used to be a mod, and this doc came out revealing why she got unmodded. We can talk about Cura, so yeah. Why is it bright? Why does Google not default to dark mode? Please, for the love of God. So this is another one of Kenji's mods that revealed this Google doc, essentially detailing why Dove got unmodded, or something she did in the past to deserve getting unmodded. This details an incident where one of the mods was in theater and like had fake blood on them as part of like a movie, and Dove and a few of the other mods kind of played a quote-unquote prank of getting her in a video call and pretending she'd been like assaulted, which is especially fucked up when one of the other mods had a very severe phobia of blood. There's DMs about not being able to take a joke. There's talking about her own debuts in chat. There was one where it was like she hasn't done her first modding thing like for like a month after she was first modded. That's all the logs she did. Basically, this is just going through and detailing that she wasn't a very good mod, and oh yeah, kicking Kenji out of his own VC, changing the admin VC name, and being fucking classic fucking VTuber Discord bullshit, being overly sexual when people aren't okay with it, which, like, by the way, just a quick little tip, in a Discord, if a channel isn't explicitly marked as being like cool with NSFW shit or roleplay or any of that weird stuff, don't do it. Yeah, you will get banned. Fuck you. I imagine False is waiting for the shit to wrap up before he puts out his video. Kyo is very much on that nijisanji grind set right now, so he's been focusing more on the Mika debuting under Vshojo. It's not a joke between friends if somebody has a severe phobia of something and you deliberately mislead them into thinking that that phobia has like taken place. Like, if somebody had a very severe phobia of blood and you go on a video call pretending to have been, I think they pretended to have been like abused by their dad or something, right? At that point, it's not really a joke. You're preying on somebody's legitimate fears. It's very much a dick move. Also, doing it in the VC of like an act of a streamer, like if you're doing it in your private VC with your friends, that's one thing, but doing it in basically the mod, no, they got all the mods in there basically, doing it. So there was a 3-strike system, and then she got essentially kicked out, right? So she then, I think, DM'd, I think, one of the other mods, Kells, saying that she hates having been kicked out of being mod. And then this is around the time, I believe, when the doxing happened. So the doxing was in a kind of like a hate group chat, right? Where I think she joined just after she was kicked out of being mod. And then she joined, I think there was like multiple group chats. We don't know all of them. We know the one that had leaks from it, which had Thintrovert and Kage and Dove and a few other people in it. We don't know all of them. There's apparently a few of them that she joined. But she joined them, and Doxxed Kenji basically posting his private Instagram, his private name, his everything like that, right? And then this is kind of the funniest, well, it's not funny, but it's the most kind of obviously double thinking bullshit, right? So she posts, I've always owned up to my mistakes. He never has. He, as you can see, is always shifting blame to take the heat off himself. Say that all you want, and I will tell you personally, I was in the wrong and will apologize. He's yet to apologize to anyone. But then, like, she's also saying I never dox him out of malicious intent. It was solely through a playful with friends, you see, which I totally understand was completely wrong of me in the first place to do. But, like, I don't know, man. I feel like the only time you dox someone is with malicious intent. You don't, like... Okay, because what is the joke there if you're doxing somebody's personal Instagram? Like, what's the funny part? Because I feel like really what you're doing is you're putting somebody's personal life out there to laugh at them, really. There's always malicious. If you're taking somebody's private information and posting it to a group chat, that is in itself a malicious action. I don't think you can do that without being malicious, if that makes sense. I don't think you can do that playfully unless you're doing it to your friend. Like, if you're doing it to your friend who's like personal life you already know, which is at that point it's not doxing. So I don't know. If they wanted to be private, why'd they put IRL info online? It wasn't linked to them though. Like, it was his private Instagram. I think he was an IRL streamer. I've said this before and I will say it again. It doesn't matter how easy to access IRL info is, right? It doesn't matter how easy it is to Google search or where you can look it up, right? If somebody wants something to stay private and they don't want shit linked to them and they want to keep a part of their private life private, like, deliberately going and looking it up and then spreading it to people that don't know about it before is a shitty thing to do. It doesn't matter if it's a quick Google search. I say the same thing with, like, people that have got like past lives or face reveals or shit for like VTubers who are like, oh, but you just look up VTuber past life or VTuber face reveal, and it's like, yeah, and if they're cool with that, it's fine. But if the VTuber themselves has explicitly said, I do not want to be linked to my personal life, and you yourself deliberately go out of your way to spread that information, you're being a cunt. It doesn't matter what, like, it doesn't matter how much you try and twist your brain around it, you're deliberately going against the wishes of a person's private information. Now, since then, Kenji has, like, face revealed, and I believe he is more... I don't know if he does IRL streams, but I know he's posted more pictures of himself. But back then, I don't think he had, other than, I mean, again, yes, if he used to be an IRL streamer, you could probably find it. Real name and face though on Instagram, again, what is the, to me the question is, what is the intent, right? If you're in a group chat and you post somebody's like real face and their images, what's the intent there? Because I feel like it has to be at least a little bit like you're mocking them some way, especially if you're in a hate VC, right? If you're in a hate group for a guy, you're not doing it out of kindness. Like it's not a haha funny joke. The guy himself isn't even there. I don't know. This is very double thinky. He said you didn't know about the severity, but you were a mod. You know exactly how Kenji felt about being doxxed. He had to hide and delete all his old content and his account so nobody would find it, and you went out of your way to share it. How are you going to say this was not malicious intent when you knew what you were doing? Again, this is also bullshit. I hate when people say this. Back then, I wasn't very aware of the severity. That stands for shit where you're lacking information, but a fucking 7-year-old knows that sharing private info, like, you can tell a 7-year-old to keep a secret and they will know that breaking that secret is wrong. It is not exactly a very hard fucking concept to grasp. Saying it's not that you didn't know, it's that you didn't expect to get caught. And then you got caught and you faced repercussions for your actions, and that's what you weren't expecting. That's what you didn't know about. But you knew full well from the beginning what a fucked up thing it was to do. You just didn't care. And then this was... How the fuck do I become a bigger VTuber controversy sells? You're right, I'm a Doxxed Kenji again. So joking about it afterwards is also not a good sign. Anyway, this is the basic premise, right? He had to hide content because he used to be an IRL streamer and he didn't want his real self linked to his VTuber persona, I imagine. I don't think it's necessarily sus, it's more he just wanted a fresh start. Anyway, so that's just kind of the basis, I guess. Setting the scene, right? So after this, Dove joined some hate group chats, which is wild to me. I don't understand how people have the energy to be a hater, like, full time. I don't understand how you can wake up and be in a hater VC and not be, like, entirely drained of energy. Bro, there's only so much energy in a day. How are you going to waste half of your daily energy being a fucking hater of a specific VTuber? That's wild to me. But yeah, so she joined some hate group chats. We don't know all of them. We've not seen all of them. And I believe at the time Kenji didn't know that she was in all of these. He just... Phoenix, I believe, got told... Phoenix wasn't in the original... I don't know if Phoenix was in the original group or if he got told through...
I'm about to dox ban. He's actually Lobby with a voice changer. In all seriousness, you putting private stuff on the internet always puts her privacy in danger and should be considered, otherwise it ends like can't believe the internet always kind.
I mean, yeah, sure, you can, but it doesn't excuse the people who... It's like... It's kind of like saying, yeah, if you go into a dodgy neighborhood, you are kind of at risk of getting mugged. That doesn't mean that the muggers are not still fucking assholes for doing it, right? You're right, and everybody should be very careful about what they put on the internet because it can eventually link back to you, but it doesn't excuse the people that do it. They're still cunts. Thank you for the tip. Of course you don't give up your right to complain. That's a dumb fucking stance. You don't... Just because if you put shit on the internet and then later you're like, oh man, I don't actually want that being seen, and you take it down and you ask people, hey, can you not like link me back to it? And then people link you back to it against your wishes. Of course you have a right to complain. Of course, there's still a dog shit thing to do. Just because somebody put something out on the internet doesn't mean it's okay. It's like the same fucking thing with like revenge porn or whatever that people have, where people complain about like revenge porn and shit, and then you always have that one fucking incel in the comment section. It's like, but you've posted nudes before, and it's like, yeah, that's not the fucking point, you dumb shit. Like, there are people set up boundaries, people set up things that they're cool with and things that they're not, and you have to respect it. It's not your fucking, you don't get to pick and choose what parts of people's privacy you respect. Now, yes, people putting shit on the internet, you're always taking a risk, and people do need to be aware of that, but people are still in the wrong for leaking that shit against people's wishes. Given the doc, what we just read from one of Kenji's mods, who said Kenji had made his stance clear on doxing, yeah, I think you can complain when people are being assholes. I complain about people being assholes all the time. It's like a staple of the internet. If somebody's being an asshole and you're like, hey, fuck you. Anyway, so that was the basis. She joined a bunch of hate VCs, or hate group chats. One of those, she doxed him in. Phoenix found out about it. I don't know if Phoenix was in the original group or if he got told about it by Dove. But he then went and told Kenji. I think Kenji made an original post about it, then took it down because he didn't want to, like... He said he didn't want to... he was scared that she was going to keep doing shit, and she was going to keep stirring shit up, so he wanted to stay on her good side, so he took the post down, right? So, from that, we go 2 years into the future to today, where apparently Dove was in a VC with Phoenix again, and downplayed again the doxing situation from 2 years ago. Again, I guess making light of it. I don't think we know exactly what she said. I haven't actually seen Phoenix's, I didn't see Phoenix's VOD. I saw Kenji's VOD, I saw Phoenix on Kenji's VOD. I've seen the Twitter statements. I didn't catch Phoenix's stream that he talked about it. So I don't know how exactly he found out, but he did, and he told Kenji. Kenji then went kind of nuclear, well, not nuclear, he posted this, right? Basically spilling the beans, and everybody saw this. We're going to get into the Sayu thing later. Okay, I'm going to say something that I think is very important, and I think a lot of people don't have. It's a very, I think, significant thing that people need to keep in mind. You, as an individual, should have baseline morals that you do not bend it, regardless of who they're about, right? You should have baseline standards that it doesn't matter who you're talking about or how much you hate them or how much you dislike them, you admit that something's fucked up, right? That's why we have baseline morals, because a lot of people will be very moral people, right? They'll go around claiming to be good people, but then the moment someone that they hate enough comes around, they throw all their fucking morals out the window and are willing to, like, beat them to death, right? So I think you do need to have baseline morals. You can not like Kenji. That's fine. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of how he's handled a lot of shit, both in this situation and in the past. Like, I don't get the best vibe from him. And a lot of people that were in this group chat got together because they also didn't have a good vibe with him. However, regardless of how you feel about him, there is a baseline level of respect you give to people, and one of those is not fucking doxing them. If that makes sense, right? Like, you can not like someone, you can complain about them, you can fucking talk about why you don't like them, that's fine. But don't then just get to excuse all morals and dox them and act like a complete prick. There's still a baseline level of respect that you should offer to people regardless of how you feel about them. Kind of part of being an adult. And I hate the sort of internet trend of the moment somebody puts a toe out of line, the moment someone does something that you don't 100% agree with, it's open fucking season, and all of your previous, like, grandstanding morals are gone. So, Kenji posted this. He got a lot of support from a lot of people, obviously, because getting doxed is trash. And then the shit kind of escalated. So Kenji went on stream, and I watched the stream. And on stream, he got more screenshots. Now, this is the first thing that I personally wouldn't have done. Kenji was seeing these screenshots at the same time as we were seeing them. He saw them on stream. He got them kind of sent to him mid-stream. And obviously, understandably, he was angry because it was basically... I'll bring up the screenshots here. Give me 2 seconds. Get it? I know I bookmarked it somewhere. Okay, so here we go. Basically, it was a bunch of screenshots and a screen recording as well of essentially a bunch of people just kind of shit-talking Kenji in their own private hate VC. And it had Maki, who was the one that leaked it, B, Dove, Thintrovert was in here, Kage was in here, B, who I don't know, and Winter, who I don't know, right? So this is a whole thread of just like, we're trying to end Kenji, So that's the whole controversy sales thing. Talking about how he's going to get cancelled and how they're going to try and cancel him. Again, this is from 2 years ago. Yeah, hey Roy. It's definitely been rough out here. So this is just a bunch of grown-ass adults. Kage was in there, and Kage probably caught. Dove definitely got the blasted. Dove has been annihilated basically from the internet. Like she's gonzo. I don't know if she'll ever have a platform again. Kage also got kind of slammed as well. Thintrovert kind of got hit as well. Thintrovert was in there. Thintrovert actually was the owner of the group chat. He made it, but he was claiming that, to be fair, you don't really see him interacting in the hate, and he claims that he made the group chat initially just to communicate, and it kind of got sidetracked and went way away from what it originally was, and he basically wasn't reading it, which I can say I've been in some group chats. Once a GC hits over like 5-6 people, it does very much become its own sort of fucking living organism. So I could accept that he probably maybe just tuned the fuck out. So I don't know if I fully put him on the same level as everyone else, because it doesn't seem to be, at least from what I saw in the screen recording and from what Kenji saw in. Oh yeah, here's the group. From what Kenji saw in his VOD, I don't know that he was, fully leaning into it. I think he was just kind of there. Yeah, you've got Winter. Fucking hell, this is small. Vinx, Thin, Maki, Kage, B, and Dove. 7 people. A 7-person hate group as well. Maki recently broke up with Dove, and this is him exposing 2-year-old crap to Kenji, basically saying that his friends all hated him. And yeah, I mean, to be fair though, this all kicked off from Dove downplaying the docs again, apparently from Phoenix, which is apparently what caused the initial. And this will cause the initial tweet. So she doesn't seem to be, regretful about it. This is actual high school drama. It's annoying. But it is significant because it caused the collapse of the Mofongo boys. So, again, somebody puts in here, Phoenix isn't in a GC, Andy isn't in a GC, and Rikami isn't in a GC. From what I know, basically, from Mofongo standards, Phoenix knew about the doxing, he didn't know about all the extra bullshit. He held Dove accountable. He was the one that initially told Kenji about the shit going on, and then was trying to keep going to hold her accountable. From what I know, Rikami didn't know shit. Rikami was completely uninvolved. I think Andy maybe knew a little bit, but still wasn't really involved. So that is the big thing. From what I can see, literally the only crime that Phoenix has committed is not immediately cutting Dove off, which I don't know. Like, Phoenix went on Kenji. We'll get into Kenji's stream in a minute. Actually, we'll do it now, because that's kind of where the next thing is. So Kenji basically had a stream where he got sent all of this, like all of these screenshots. He got sent a bunch, and he showed them on stream as he was learning about them. Now, to me, personally, I don't think that's a very smart thing to do. Because understandably, he was kind of annoyed. Well, not annoyed, he was angry. I mean, if you found a GC of people that have... Because these people, I think all to his face, have like apologized and be like, oh no, we were better, or claim to not know. And then to get a bunch of screenshots of them essentially slamming you while to your face pretending that they're your best friend, yeah, I would be kind of pissed off too. But doing it on stream in front of like 5,000 or however many people, I think you're opening yourself up to being emotional, and that never ends well. So I don't think doing it on stream live when he's getting a bunch of new information was necessarily the best idea. So he goes through it, and he obviously calls out all this shit. Offers some more context. The VOD, I don't know if the VOD is up actually. I think he might have put it on his channel. So anyway, he goes through it. Kind of, again, I could dive into all these screenshots, but it's just people being fucking assholes to him. And then the kind of, I guess the big thing that happens is he calls Phoenix. Now, Phoenix picking up as well to me. Again, this is all revealing. Phoenix is probably fucking terrified because this shit is coming out and he's being kind of weirdly held accountable, even though really he seems to have done generally like as good as I think you could really expect in terms of like telling Kenji the moment he found out and being completely open and honest. But he's catching strays. Kenji is livid. Like, he's just finding this shit out for the first time, so he's obviously pretty emotional right now. The two of them in a call together in front of 5,000 people who are all on Kenji's side is never going to end well. Because you're putting Phoenix in a position where he's learning about these screenshots at the same time. So he's having to learn all this shit and try and make sure his words come out. He's also like in the Mofongo boys, and he doesn't know where that is at the moment. It's not disbanded yet. So Kenji kind of put him in a position in front of 5,000 people who all, like, a lot of the 5,000 people, like, from chat were basically roasting the fuck out of him, right? They were not very nice to him. It wasn't like a kind, respectful audience being like, okay, let him speak. It was, as you'd expect, Kenji has a very devoted fan base, I guess, is what I'd say. Very similar to, like, Luxium or, like, ID Hololive fans, right? Very, very devoted, and they were very much all on his side and very much anti everyone else. Devoted is maybe a euphemism. So you can imagine the chat was very much anti-Phoenix, and there was a lot of insults. And so putting Phoenix kind of in that position of basically demanding him to have an informed opinion, fully voice his words in front of 5,000 people when he's learning it at the same time, in front of Kenji, who's fucking spitting acid right now because he's just learned this shit. Understandably, I think it was a rough thing to do to Phoenix, and I don't think anything good came from it. If I was Phoenix, I wouldn't have picked that call up. I don't think anything good came from it, because it's just one angry person and one person that's probably just learning shit as he goes, trying to have an informed discussion. And you can see it, because Phoenix tries to say his point, he tries to kind of give his mind, and Kenji cuts him off like 4 fucking times. Kenji keeps cutting that dude off. Phoenix keeps trying to get a word in, and Kenji keeps like shouting about screenshots and like putting the screenshots in his face. And it was not like a rational, calm debate. One thing that came up was a clip, not a clip, a TikTok, right? Which is apparently like a thing they had discussed like years ago, or not years ago, I don't know how, I think it was around the time, it was in the past sometime. Basically, Kenji had said that he felt like Kage was copying his content style, right? And he brought up like a TikTok that Kage had posted and said, look, if you look at this TikTok and you swap his model for mine, it's the exact same TikTok. He's copying me, right? And Phoenix apparently initially agreed, then went and talked to Kage, and Kage said, no, he's just inspired. And so when it got brought up on Kenji's stream, Kenji was like, do you think he was copying me or do you not? And Phoenix tries to explain himself. He's like, look, after we had that discussion, I went and talked to Kage, and he told me his side of the story, and I trusted him at his word because he's my friend. And then Kenji cuts him off, and he's like, man, fuck his word, look at these screenshots. And Phoenix was obviously he was meaning at the time, before all this shit kicked off, before he knew Kage was involved in the shit, he trusted his friend at his word that he wasn't ripping someone off, which I think is fair. Like, and we don't see the exact TikTok he's talking about, so we can't really make an informed decision. But Kenji kind of cuts him off and sort of kind of has a go at him a little bit. And then Phoenix basically says, look, I don't know, man. It's impossible for me to tell if he was copying you or not because I don't know what was going on in his head at that moment. He might have been inspired. Most VTuber content nowadays is kind of yoink. Like, it's kind of people just taking each other's vibe and twisting it. So, can I say he was directly one from copying you? I don't know. And then Phoenix just cuts, Kenji just cuts the call. Like, Kenji just fucking kicks him out. Which, again, is not conducive to, if you want to have a real rational discussion with someone, you sit down and you agree to talk shit out. You don't put them on blast in front of 5,000 people, and the moment they say something you don't agree with, you kick them off. And obviously, all of Kenji's fucking fans were like, yeah, bro, you showed him. And it's like, I don't know, that's not a fuck yeah moment. That's not a haha you showed him moment. It's fucking immature. Why do it in public? Why do it on stream? Why settle this shit? Like, I'm not on Kage's side. Kage's an asshole. I'm entirely not on Kage's side. I'm talking about Phoenix here. Kage's done. And kind of rightfully so, in engaging this sort of fucking bullshit behind the scenes, this high school dumb fuck. I'm entirely, Dove, Kage, anyone that was involved in the actual doxing or harassment or all this shit, fuck them. bringing Phoenix on in front of 5,000. I am following Kage. I was following Dove. I'm like, following people is not an endorsement of my. Like, I'm just interested in what they're saying in this situation. Just because I follow someone doesn't mean I endorse them. But to me, dragging Phoenix in front of 5,000 people live, shoving a bunch of new information in front of him and demanding he agree with you or else you'll kick him off, to me is not, it's not the way to resolving a situation. It just fueled the anger. It pumped a bunch of Kenji's fans, started getting really hyped up and angry because mob mentality. Phoenix obviously is frantic. He's stuttering. He's trying to get his word in because he's got like 30 seconds to make his fucking case, or he'll probably be slammed by Kenji's entire fan base. It wasn't a good time. To me, Kenji, the moment he started getting new screenshots, I reckon I would have at least taken a break from stream. Not from streaming, but like maybe like take a 30-minute break to sit down and go through all the screenshots and make sure you're like composed. Because that shit, that left a sour taste in my mouth. I didn't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy watching, because I like Phoenix. Phoenix, to me, has always been a solid dude, right? Phoenix has always been pretty on the up and up. I haven't really had any malicious interactions with him, so to see him kind of basically get dragged live was not fun. Now, to be fair, he does come back. Kenji does kind of have him back on. They do discuss things a little bit more. They do seem to end on a little bit more of an amicable state, where Phoenix kind of gives his side of like, hey, he's known people in real life who have done fucked up things, but he's tried to stick with them to see if they could be better. And from Phoenix's standpoint, Dove, until she downplayed his doxing, Phoenix thought he was holding Dove accountable. He didn't know about all this slander and harassment going on. So Phoenix, from what I know, Phoenix knew about the initial doxing in that group chat, and he told Kenji about it immediately, and then only found out about all this other shit the same time Kenji did. That's from what I know. So the only thing that people are kind of annoyed, like anti-Phoenix about, is that he didn't immediately cut Dove off. And his explanation was that to him it was just a one-time thing of her lashing out, right? Which he acknowledged was wrong, held her accountable, told Kenji, like, basically, he didn't hold on to it, he revealed to Kenji that it happened, and then he didn't cut ties with Dove, but he did try and keep holding her accountable, which I understand. Now, to me, I probably wouldn't. If I knew someone that doxed someone like that, I probably wouldn't keep talking to them like that, because that's kind of a fuck thing to do. But from his perspective, from his life, if he has lived a life where he's kind of tried to see the best in people, I can see it. I don't think it makes him a bad person. I don't think you can legitimately... You might disagree with his decision, but it doesn't put him on the same level as everyone else. Phoenix never acted maliciously. So that's why it kind of sucked to me when he was basically dragged by Kenji's chat and Kenji cut him off. To me, that felt unnecessary. So, anyway, the other thing that happened on Kenji's stream was Kage turned up. Again, holy fuck. Again, Kage kind of came across as an asshole in all this, like participating in this whole fucking slanderous bullshit. So I don't think Kage's gonna have a platform, really. The rest of the Mofongo boys basically said that they were disappointed in him and didn't. We'll get to that in a minute. Didn't know he was doing it and disapproved entirely. So I don't really have any sympathy for him. However, if you were Kage, for the love of God, do not answer that call. Bro, if I was Kage and Kenji called me in front of 5,000 people, as he's finding out I've been like dragging him in private for like 2 years ago, ain't no way I'm picking up that call, bro. I'm going back to bed. There's no shit. Wait, did he call Kenji? I thought Kenji called him. I was in the stream. I might be remembering wrong. Did he? That's even wilder. Because I watched Kenji's stream and then I watched Evan watch Kenji's stream, or I watched Evan react to Kenji's thing. I only heard the I heard about I heard the Discord noise, like I heard the Discord call, and then Kage picked up. So I assumed Kenji called him because it was just after he called Phoenix. I can't imagine he'd call him live, but maybe I don't know. Someone will have to fact check that. But either way, whether he called him or Kenji called him, it doesn't matter. I would not be going into that call. Not because I don't think you should answer for your actions. I 100% think if you get called out for something like this, it's your obligation to go to the person and like apologize in person, or in VC as much as in person as you can get as VTuber, and talk shit out as much as you can. But doing it on live when the man has just found out about it and is very clearly angry, absolutely not. No fucking way. Sometimes you just need to let someone cool off first, dude. Holy shit. Anyway, so Kage came on and was basically like apologizing. He was... Some people said he sounded too calm. To me, he sounded like a man who was like an inch away from bawling. I don't know. He sounded fucking nervous. But some people said he sounded too calm. So he comes on, he tries to apologize. He basically kind of just accepts... He says it was completely inexcusable. He has 100% like accountability, and then says he's, you know, he does the whole "I'm trying to improve as a person" thing, and Kenji again kind of cuts him off. Which again, I don't know, man. What Kage said, I think, was about as like sincere a fucking apology. Like I don't know if you forgive him, but it's about. It wasn't like he came on and was like bullshitting and was trying to blame someone out. Like he came on and was very obviously like fully accepting culpability. And was trying to be, and Kenji still cut him off. At which point, why even engage in the conversation in the first place? I don't know. I feel like everyone should have taken like a day and just fucking chilled the fuck out before they did this live in front of 5,000 people. I'm always an advocate for settling shit like in private. I will always be an advocate for that. I do not think settling shit in Twitter, on live VC, I don't think that ever solves shit unless the person is so resistant to private DMs that you have to do it to call them out. Unless somebody is so problematic and they are unwilling to private chat that you need to call them out publicly in order to get them to fucking own up to what they did, I don't think doing shit publicly ever saw. It just makes shit worse. Because now not only are you mad and they're mad, you have an audience that's mad and two audiences that are mad that are now going against each other. It's never a good look. It never ends well. But yeah, so Kenji cut off Kage, kind of got him out of there. The entire chat was dunking on him, and if you go to Kage's... Actually, let me do it so I can actually get it up first. If you go to Kage's thing now, you go to his account, you can see he's basically just full apology gaming. Why Kage changed his motto? I think he just had a re-debut, yeah. So he's changed it to "I'm sorry," and he put out a Google Doc saying "I'm sorry." He initially had the cutting ties thing. There was a thing in the initial document from Dove of a mutual friend basically set up a call between Kenji and Dove to try and settle shit out, and apparently Kage was the mutual friend. This is something that doesn't go easily, which I'm sorry on my end. I think it was completely soft. I want to prove people can be changed for good. I want them to be happy. Kenji's 100% valid for his things in the past, even right now. Please show him some love. I'll be cutting ties with Dove. And this is probably what... This is kind of what people took issue with a lot, which is... He kind of puts it all on Dove here and is like, oh man, I wish Dove could change for the better, and you know, Kenji's 100% valid in his anger, and I wanted to prove people can change for the good, and I thought it was completely soft, but he was participating in it. He doesn't admit that at the time, and he never admits it to Kenji. Like, apparently Kage and Kenji talked afterwards, and he kind of tried to make up and resolve shit, but not once did Kage ever like admit to doing shit, you know? I'm doing right, Lauren. Well, I'm going through high school drama, so fuck, I don't know if alright is the right word, but you know, I do be out here. So, he then posted this document as well, which, you know. Oh. Ow. So, we have apologies as well, because that was one of the aftermaths of this, was that everybody involved, or everybody, like, everybody Dove adjacent, everybody in the group chat, everybody adjacent to everyone in the group chat, everybody adjacent to everyone in the group chat's fucking mother basically put out a statement about either cutting ties or about how shit was unacceptable or whatever, right? So there was a few. Rikami posted about leaving Mofongo. Again, like I said, Rikami basically, from what I can see, didn't know shit. So Rikami was not involved in the slightest. He didn't know shit was going on. He wasn't in the group chats. He didn't know the group chats were happening. Man was just in the Mofongo boys. That was literally it. So I fucking feel for Rikami. He posted this basically saying he's cutting ties from the Mofongo boys. And he can't, it's weird. Rikami, I think, somehow takes some of the most accountability, even though he has nothing to be accountable for. Like, this group was gradually growing. If I tried my best to know more, I would have been able to help everyone affected. Like, dog, that isn't your job. It wasn't your fault. You had absolutely nothing to do with this, dude. This is 100% like everybody else involved. You just happened to be adjacent to this shit and got caught in the fire. I do feel for him. Because I imagine, he was putting a lot of shit into Mofongo boys. And he's put, like, he says here, an entire year of trust put into friends I thought I'd have for the entirety of my career. Which, that's gotta suck. If you think your, like, group is gonna go far and you've got all these people that you, like, enjoy being around and you think you're gonna be, like, a group forever, and then you find out that, like, oh, actually, no, we're done now because they were all involved in some weird shit. Or, well, sorry, Kage was involved in weird shit. Phoenix knew about it. I don't actually know to what extent Andy was involved. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Mofongo had a leader. Like, I think Rikami had the biggest initial audience, but they were all like, they were a group. But yeah, no, this sucked to see. He also cut ties with Dove. He didn't know what was going on with Dove. Hey Dippy, it's definitely out there. It's definitely some drama for sure. So we had that. We had Phoenix's statement as well. Get that up. Again, I did see this when I was looking up tweets for the short. I saw him tweet that. I actually missed this stream, so I didn't see that. But yeah, he's also cutting ties from the group. He didn't know about the hate groups, the DMs, and who knows if there's more stuff. He's shocked about how much he wasn't aware of, and it makes him sad. I was wrong for trying to be nice to people. Condemning their actions wasn't enough if I kept them around me. I was hoping people could be better, but unfortunately that's not how life works. Again, I don't, well, okay. People feel the need to address it publicly now because it's a public thing. You have to do it publicly now. Like, the stream was bad, not because necessarily it was just public, but because it was in the moment public, it was heated. But people need to do public addressos and like statements because this is public, and if you stay silent, people are going to fucking think you're guilty by association. I haven't done the Sayu thing will come later. Fuck me, okay, yeah, but I've still got that shit to do. So Phoenix, I don't know, man. I don't know how much I hold Phoenix necessarily accountable. It seems like he just kind of wanted to expect that Dove could be better and tried to hold her accountable for it and didn't immediately cut ties with her. And to me, I don't know, that doesn't... I don't know if it's something I would do, but it doesn't... It's not a malicious action. It's more of just someone trying to believe in someone else. I don't see that as necessarily a bad thing. I don't think he deserves to be fucking slammed for it, you know? So that was Phoenix's. I'll get Andy's up as well. So Andy said, I'm angry and disappointed myself for not understanding the situation better. I would say the best way I can. First and foremost, I do agree with Kenji feels. Doxxing someone's very serious. I do not have much to put on my side of the story because the situation was dealt with between respective parties. However, I'm not excusing myself for not knowing the problem because at the end of the day, I did. So he did know. For I saw both parties discussed the situation, reached a neutral agreement. I now know that unfortunately that's not the case. So again, it seems Kage was in the middle of it. Phoenix knew about it and kind of liaison? I don't know what fucking word to use. Yeah, so I speak really fast when I read, but it's just me trying to skim over shit before I summarize it. Because from what I can gather at least, Kage was in the middle of it. Phoenix knew about it and kind of told Kenji and was involved in the whole reconciliation arc. Andy was aware of it as like a third party and was like aware what was going on, but kind of figured everything had been sorted. And Rikami was completely fucking unaware. So as far as the Mofongo boys go, I don't know. I feel like I only really hold Kage accountable, in all honesty. It's sad. I don't feel like the Mofongo boys had to break up over this. Like, Kage definitely couldn't have stayed in, but like I feel like they could have continued as a 3. Like, when you take like the emotion out of it and you zoom out a little bit, I don't see the 3 other Mofongo boys as having done anything that is like super cancelable or anything, if that makes sense. I guess maybe yeah, it's an emotional thing of like just knowing this shit was going on, but anyway, so that was the Mofongo boy statements. A bunch of other people put out statements of like, I'm you know, breaking ties with Dove. Pretty much everyone. You also had a bunch of people that were kind of unrelated posting. Anytime this sort of drama happens in the VTubing scene, you get people that post like a generic, hey guys, doxing is bad, and get like 10,000 likes. Okay, thank you. It's funny when there's drama and immediately everyone in the community is like, hey, how can I tweet about this? I'm not hating on it because I fucking do the same shit sometimes when drama happens. It's kind of funny. Yeah, so more shit got leaked about Kage, because again, once shit starts piling on everybody and their mother who has anything on him, starts dumping shit. I literally made a happy post to copy myself because I was miserable about it. Understandable, honestly. This.
Fuck you.
Where's my farming tweet? Get on. Thank you for the membership follower. I didn't tweet really about it other than under Talado's tweet. I made a reply, but I didn't really tweet about it myself apart from kind of dreading the fact that I had to do news about it. Mainly because I was like, eh. It's more that I just didn't have anything to say. It wasn't a situation that involved me and I didn't feel like inserting myself into a situation I'm uninvolved in. I don't know, man. The more I cover drama, the more sick of it I get. And this situation especially bummed me out because it's like, it's something I've seen a lot as I've met more and more VTubers and become adjacent to other VTubers. One thing that stands out to me, and this is what I replied to Toledo with because it was what I was feeling at the time. I'll see if I can pull up my own fucking tweet. I don't want to have to restate anything. I'm gonna let past penumbral say it for me. I don't want to have to rethink. Sorry, I've been tweeting about Freerun a lot. I have to scroll through all the fucking banter with the bunny girls. God damn. Yeah, here. It was this. Basically, this whole thing kind of represents my least favorite part of the community, which is like the clicky bullshit. I hate the clicky bullshit. I don't like so many. Nobody really I'm friends with, obviously, because I wouldn't be friends with people like this or like I'm adjacent to. Thankfully, most of the people I've met are pretty chill, but one of the worst things about the VTubing community I've seen being adjacent to it is how many people are just putting on such an act on stream and then like behind the scenes it is so much cliquey bullshit of like, oh sorry, this group hates this group, so you can't collab with this person if you're collabing with this person because they hate each other because this person said this, and I'm like, bro, fuck off. I don't care. I'm not trying to get into season 10 of Game of Thrones with the VTuber community having to understand all the stupid beef everybody's been through. Like, you start talking to someone and they're like, oh yeah, sorry, like 3 years ago I commissioned this guy and this guy said this about this guy and that guy said this about this guy, and so there's these two groups, and I'm like, bro, like, why? So you have people that are complete friends on the surface and are very much like, oh, I'm wholesome, I'm anti-drama, but then you get behind the scenes and actually no, they hate each other. It's like, fuck, okay. I hate it so much. It's actually why I like creators that are a bit more assholey. I tend to enjoy creators that are a bit more like on the up and up in terms of like being forefront with like, no, I fucking hate this person. Because to me, I prefer that. If you're honest about it, if you're genuine, like, no, I don't like this person, don't get along with them, so I'm not going to collab. I respect that more. Because at least you're cutting out the bullshit middle clicky drama, right? I just like... It's probably my biggest personal dislike of a content creator, like a VTuber, is like people that are one way on stream and then like completely different off stream. It's weird to me. I don't necessarily enjoy it. Anyway, so we went over that and the statements and the apologies that came out. There was, I think I brought up so this guy came out with talking about like being an editor and cutting it apparently like a rape joke for Kage or something. Which, again, I'm not entirely a huge fan of this part of VTuber drama either. Like, I feel like if somebody's done something bad, you can call them out on the thing they've done bad. You don't need to then have 15 irrelevant fucking people pile on immediately and dump a bunch of shit from 3 years ago in an effort to involve. Like, I don't know. I don't like this. It happens every time anybody gets remotely cancelled. You get a bunch of people coming out of the woodworks being like, I've been holding on to this screenshot for 10 years. I don't know. If somebody's done something bad enough to get cancelled, cancel them. I don't feel the need to pile on with a bunch of other shit. Especially with like this like part. Because this, out of context, this looks wild. Like, oh, maybe don't include the rape part, but include the part where I didn't ask for consent though. That looks bad, but like, I don't know what the fucking wider context of it is. Like, you say weird shit on stream. This was wild. I'm not gonna lie. This was wild. Kage was skimping for the price of like a McDonald's McFlurry. That to me is bizarre. Like, yeah, that 50% per hour. Like, apparently he made changes, and so he deducted 50% per hour. So the short was 4 hours late after changes, which isn't that much to me. Like, I don't know, if that was me, I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, whatever, who cares. Deducting 50% per hour, taking $2 off from an editor, that's wild to me. I don't know, man. Just, I don't know if it's necessarily something I would cancel someone for, but I don't know. It's just a bit weird. Like, bro, just like if something's like a month late and you want to get like a serious deduction in price, that makes sense to me because you agreed like, hey, this time, and now you're waiting an extra month. It makes sense that you'd maybe get an extra toggle or something. But like 4 hours, $2. Come on, man. What else did I have? There was other shit. Somebody, I think, came out. Oh yeah, there was the one that came out with my experience with Dove. Basically, I think the reason a lot of these like hate GC started is because a bunch of people had negative first experiences with Kenji, which again, I said it at the beginning of the stream as well. Kenji does. His vibes are a little bit off to me. He comes across as maybe a little bit of an asshole. Completely unrelated to the current drama. Nobody deserves what he got. Nobody ever fucking deserves to be doxxed. It doesn't matter how much you dislike someone. But the way he's handled drama in the past and the way he's approached certain situations and the way he's like the things he's called, we'll get into the Sayu shit in a minute, but the shit he's called people and the way he deflects drama away from him but is more than willing to cut people's throats out if it's drama for them. I don't like it. I don't like his approach. It doesn't sit right with me. So I think that negative first experience people had with Kenji is why these sort of hate GCs formed. Because they had that negative first experience, they got in a GC together, and then it ended up escalating into doxing. But doxing is never okay. Again, I said this at the beginning, but it is very important to restate. It doesn't matter how much you dislike someone, there are certain things you shouldn't do and certain lines you shouldn't cross, and doxing is one of them. He does get cancelled for the stupidest stuff. I don't know, man. He called Sayu a pedophile, which to me isn't a stupid thing. That's a very serious accusation to lay at somebody's feet. And we'll get... The Sayu thing annoyed me. Like, that's a serious fucking accusation. And the thing he did with the VTuber concert a while back annoyed me. Yeah, doxing is not okay. Upvotes to the left, motherfuckers. What was the guy's name that did the VTuber concert that went Da Capo? That didn't sit right with me. I mean, okay, I didn't want to start talking about the I don't want to start talking about like the Kenji stuff, because then it diverts, because Kenji is the victim here, at least in this part, and I don't want to divert away from that and be like, but fuck Kenji as well. Like, that to me is, I don't, because then people will be like, oh my god, wow, you're literally excusing Kenji. It's like, no, I'm not excusing him getting doxxed. I've said multiple times it's not okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's the reason I don't necessarily vibe with him too much, because he has given me a vibe in the past dramas that he, maybe a little bit immature and a little bit drama hungry, which I know saying that as a YouTuber is fucking wild, but just, I don't know. The deflection whenever drama is levied at him, but then when other people have drama, he made, for context, right? This is going to be relevant later anyway. He made a video around the time Zion/Sayu was kind of going through it. He made a video called, I think it was like, "This VTuber likes little boys," and he calls Sayu a fucking diddler and says she's a pedophile, right? Which is wild. And then he doubled down on it, and then it was only, I think, when the kind of general opinion of Niji was shifting that he changed his tune and removed the video. But then when the shit with Sayu came up again, he said he was going to re-upload the video, which, like, is such a fucking... again, well, let's cover the Sayu thing, right? I didn't want to dive deep into the Sayu thing because they've settled it, and I don't want to... Like, most of the tweets are deleted now because they've settled it privately, which, again, good. Happy for them. I'm glad they settled it privately instead of publicly, because this shit was wild. I also think Sayu kind of missed it by calling it out again. Like, I like Sayu. Sayu's pretty chill, but like, man, she cannot go like 5 minutes without stepping in drama. But Sayu, again, I think the tweets are deleted. Sayu, because of this whole thing with Kenji, right, where Kenji basically called her a pedophile, put out a video reacting to it and calling her names and slandering her. Thank you for the 19 months blackout, holy shit. And then reacting to it and then doubling down when he was called out for it. There was also, people said Kenji doxed Sayu, and I'd like to clarify this. I'm not going to say exactly what the piece of information was, because I also don't want to dox her as well. But in Kenji's chat while he was reacting, and I'd actually like to see if anyone knows, in Kenji's chat while he was reacting, somebody basically posted like doxy private information, right? And he read it out to his chat. I don't think that counts as doxing if somebody says something in chat and you read it out and you're not aware that it's private information, but it was like information relating to like her family. And I don't think that counts as doxing, but if he kept it in the video, that's the only thing, because the video's private now, so I can't see it. I don't know if that was in the video or not. I don't know if that section is in the video where he reads that shit out. Because if it is, and he posted that video, that's fucked. At that point, I might consider it kind of doxing if he keeps it in the vid and then publishes that vid on his YouTube channel. It was. Can I get? Does anyone remember the? Yeah, because if it was, to me, that's fucked up. Like, it's one thing to read. Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Kenji, in the clip itself, he does call his chat out as being fucked up. He calls out the people who say that in chat as being fucked up for knowing it. It says like, hey, that's fucked up that you should know that. But if he kept it in the video and uploaded it and kept it up for months, that's fucked up on his part as well, because he's kept that information then circulating to YouTube viewers himself. Again, it's kind of, so basically what happened, Sayu tweeted out around the Kenji situation basically saying what happened to him is fucked up. However, karma, kind of, basically, if you act a certain way, karma's eventually going to get you. Basically alluding to the fact that Kenji is kind of an asshole to people sometimes themselves, and that by being an asshole, you're going to eventually get people who do this shit to you because they're going to inevitably come together and do it. She didn't excuse it, but she did say it. Now, she's not 100% wrong, but it also was not maybe the best time to say it, because in the middle of all the emotions and with people currently having doxed information coming out and Kenji seeing a bunch of people hating on him and being very kind of obviously angry about it, like, I don't know if that was the best timing, bro. I don't know if this is I feel like, I don't know. If it was me, I'd have bobbed that to the side. But also, again, she had to deal with that dude calling her shit for fucking ages. And kind of just had to sit there and take it. And I think one of Kenji's response was like, man, you're bringing up shit from a year ago. And her response was, yeah, but you're bringing up doxing shit from 2 years ago. What's your point? It's very much a very similar situation of like Kenji had to deal with kind of being doxxed and getting shit talked in her GC for 2 years without saying anything. And one of the reasons he tweeted it was because he was tired of holding it in. So when Sayu tweets, it's kind of the similar thing, right? Where Sayu still has to deal with fucking being called a... I think the Sagi calls them PDF files. I don't really care about getting cancelled. All my streams get demonetized anyway, so I don't really give a shit. But like, I think it's a similar situation, right? Where if Sayu's had to deal with being called that shit for a while, and Kenji played a not insignificant part of that, right? By posting an entire fucking video saying that this VTuber likes little boys. So to me, it's a similar situation of like Kenji posted it because he was tired of holding on that fucking bag for 2 years. Sayu's also kind of had to just take that shit for a year. So it makes sense to me that she posted about it when it came out. I just personally probably wouldn't have because I don't want to get dragged into drama.
I blame Sayu sticking her neck out like that on the collective brain rot that appears
to... There does seem to be a collective, like, cognito hazard affecting the entire fucking VTubing community. Thank you for the super chat follow. So, they kind of went back and forth on Twitter, and then Kenji in one of his streams, I think, said, fuck it, I'm re-uploading the video. And he was talking to someone else, and he called her, I think he called her a pedophile again, and then called her a diddler again, and said, fuck it, I'm re-uploading the video. And to me, that says a lot. Because to me, that implies that he didn't remove the video because he acknowledged what a bad video it was. He didn't remove the video because he sees what harm it could have done and why it's a bad thing to keep up. He removed the video because the public opinion was swaying. Because he was going to get in trouble for it. And now that he hates Sayu again, he's more than happy to re-upload it because, hey, she's back in his bad books. And he didn't. To be fair, he didn't. He just said he would. And again, you could chalk this up to being emotional again, but being emotional only excuses you so far. Again, the doxing was bad. Nobody's excusing the doxing, but threatening to re-upload a video called "This VTuber Likes Little Boys" because she said something on Twitter you don't like is like, bro. Especially when that video also contains private information about her, like, this whole thing was dumb. It was a bunch of VTubers that could have handled shit privately, handling it publicly when it didn't need to be public. And again, I sympathize with Kenji for the initial doxing because that shit sucks. I've had that myself. Like, not necessarily doxing, but I've had a similar thing when I was like in a GC with people.
I'm tired, penumbral, and all these people seem awful. Can I resolve to just
ignore that's a perfectly valid approach to it. So just fucking break ties with all of them. I've been in that situation. I've been in a group chat. It was actually with my football team where we got into like an argument, and then they started going through like my family's old fucking photos and shit, and like pictures of me as a kid, and like posting them in the group chat while everyone had a fucking laugh. It sucks. It's a bad feeling. So I 100% get. I get Kenji's like initial emotional reaction, but I also feel like he handled this absolutely fucking terribly. I feel like dragging Phoenix into a call was a bad move. Kage, whatever, like Kage fucked up, so I don't really have much sympathy for him. The whole thing with Sayu was dumb. I don't think Sayu should have tweeted out initially about it though. I think that was just asking for more trouble. The threatening to re-upload the video where he calls her a fucking pedophile and calling her that again. It was all fucked up. Though, it didn't end terribly. Because we got this where me and Sayu talked, she isn't a pedophile, we both apologized, don't send hate. She did in the tweet replies afterwards. Sayu did kind of body Kenji in the arguments, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Kenji kind of tried to clap back, but bro, Sayu's wicked smart. Every time I've seen Sayu debating online, I feel like Sayu would annihilate 90% of the population in an argument. I don't know, man. Sayu, the initial tweet, I don't necessarily approve of, but like, bro, I would not want to get into an argument with Sayu. She would fucking eviscerate me. But yeah, so she isn't pedophile. Both apologize. Don't send hate. Funny thing is, a lot of the replies from his chat or his followers was like, I can't tell if this is real because he's obviously going 100%. I mean, oh yeah, it's definitely. I doubt they're actually chill. I bet they've both just agreed that it's for the best for both of them to fucking bury this, which is the responsible thing to do. I personally wouldn't be chill with someone who called me a pedophile. Like, bro, there's another thing you can just apologize. Not twice. Not doubling down, not making a full video about it. That's not the shit that you can just apologize for and be like, okay. Sayu said, I talked to Kenji and called to apologize for causing him and his community stress. I was hurt and angry, hostile. What happened in the past? Use Kenji's situation improperly. He did not dox me, true. And also doesn't think I'm a pedophile. Don't attack anyone. Don't send hate. So, again, she kind of says what I was saying, which is the initial tweet was bad. I get her being emotional for seeing somebody who... It would suck. Seeing somebody who basically slandered you and kind of drama farmed you and used you for clout, basically, get treated as the victim and have everybody sympathize with him when you know what he did to you. That would fucking hurt. I would also be mad. So I can understand the initial tweet. It was still not a good thing to tweet. So she apologized. He apologized. They seem to be in I don't know, in better, like... terms. I highly doubt they're actually chill behind the scenes. I can't imagine we're going to see a Kenji Sayu fucking collab anytime soon. But they have seemed to at least bury the hatchet, and I think for now the drama is kind of over, thankfully. Kenji, I still don't really vibe with him. Like, between the way he's handled this, the way he handled the Capo situation, the initial fucking video on Sayu, I don't know, man. He strikes me as someone that is like more than happy to rake someone over the coals for drama if it's somebody else, but then when shit is turned on him, he very, very quickly deflects. I saw he went to 4chan and like, because one of the tweets he did against Sayu was like he called her community racist, little boy loving, something like that, right? Basically attacked her community and called them all whatever. Basically conflating Sayu's community with like 4chan as a whole. He also then went to 4chan and found like I don't know, I think the tweet is, I think he probably deleted the tweet. He tweeted out like a screen cap of 4chan, and I think the screen cap like called him the N-word or something. But like, it's 4chan. 4chan is the worst. It is full of the worst people on the internet. Like, you will find literal, like, every fucking conspiracy theory, every racial slur, every homophobic slur. You will find everything on 4chan. Only the worst people congregate in 4chan. Using a 4chan screenshot is not proof of anything. It's not like a gotcha moment. Like, it's... I could go to 4chan right now. The top post on VT will probably have the N-word in it because they are fucking detestable. Like, I'm not saying it's acceptable. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying that we should just excuse it and be like, oh no, that's fine. It's horrible, but it's also not proof that anyone did... Like, it's not proof against Sayu or anyone in general, right? It's just fucking how 4chan is. It sucks. This is actually a secret psyop for me to get my first ever VT post. What the fuck is his problem? I'll get called a tourist or something. And then they'll call me 5 slurs. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like the way this whole situation was handled. Kenji still has my sympathy for the initial doxing, but the way this whole thing went over was unnecessarily fucking viral. Could have been handled many times better by many different people in the situation. I think, have I missed anything? I think I covered everything. Ugh. Fear 4chan, damn Power, I'll do a video. And yeah, I like Power's videos. Power's videos, because, okay, 4chan's the worst, but it's also a little bit funny, but only if you're not involved in it. It was like, I don't know, it's like watching those really, really shit reality TV shows, right? You know, where that just features the absolute, like, worst of humanity? You ever seen those? Where it's fun because you get to look at people that are so, like, idiotic and brain dead and absolute, like, deplorable humans. It kind of makes you feel a bit better about yourself. Like, I don't know, man. If you're ever having, like, some self-confidence issues, you just, like, take 2 looks at 4chan and be like, hey, you're not there.
Penumbo, fuck you.
Get ready, Ben. This situation is what the future of indie drama looks like.
I fucking hope not, but you're probably not wrong, Falter. Thank you for the super chat. Ugh. VT is actually better than average 4chan, but that doesn't say much. It's like saying one genocide is better than another. They're both still the worst. Anyway, yeah. Thankfully, I covered it as basically when it was finished, so hopefully there's not going to be any more resurgencies, unless somebody fucking... Oh god. I hope not. It seems to be buried, so good. Could have been handled better. Do you want to do positive news now? We've done all the negative shit. Took us like an hour, but we got through it. This will be... We're officially wrapping up the Kenji... I didn't timestamp the beginning of the Kenji drama. It's probably like 5 minutes in, right? Yeah, we'll say 5 minutes in. We can talk about like the chill shit now. Where am I? What am I doing? So yeah, if you're only here for the Kenji situation, that is it. Feel free to dip. I don't know where you're gonna go, but there's probably someone doing a cool stream somewhere. This and stream starts. We do 5 minutes. And what's the time now? Have you covered my phone? Yeah, we just finished. Welcome. You arrived at the end of the drama, you dumbass. How are you feeling? Lopi's a little silly right now, chat. Don't mind her. What's the time? 1:18, we'll say. Positive shit. Stuff. Can't swear in the description. We're not crab raving today. You're still sick. This is kind of a skill issue on your part. No one to blame but yourself. Entirely your fault. Yeah, Wilson. GWS. Gunshot wound. Every time I see GWS for like Get Well Soon, I think people are saying gunshot wound. I'm like, what? Somebody will be like, man, I feel so sick today, and somebody's like, gunshot wound. It feels like I just kick them while they're down. Anyway, positive stuff. The big thing was the Vshojo member. I know that's GSW. I don't know if I'm fucking dyslexic or just an idiot, but did you guys see the new Vshojo member? I kind of knew who it was, not only from like Matara. I mean, Matara's kind of been hinting nudge nudge wink wink the entire fucking week, but where is it? I saw this fucking tweet. Damn, I exist, and I was like, yeah, it's her. And then I saw the, can you help me see who's in Trey's heart? If you give me 4 doubloons, and I was like, yeah, yeah, it's her. Immediately, it was like, yeah. And then she streamed, and it was good, and her design is very cool. I mean, she's appeared on fucking Matara's streams as like the background friend. Mika was cool. Mika was really, really funny, so I'm glad that she's back. She's on a good... I did see that there was a clip of like how she already has a 3D model, and I think it's just like her actual arms. I didn't actually... I saw... Yeah. But yeah, we're so back. The lore vid was funny. I saw Toledo's tweet about it as well. Hang on, let me see if I can find this shit. Yeah. Vshojo whenever a VTuber leaves their previous creative endeavors, and it's just all of them. Toledo, my beloved, banger tweet king, pop off. But yeah, no, we are so back. People have been hypothesizing about Mint. I don't know if Mint's going to do it. Mint said about rejoining her studies, but now she's streaming regularly, but she may be just leaving herself open so that she can go back whenever she desires. Quinn is also doing his own thing. Quinn is vibing. Quinn is thriving. Quinn's out there living his best life. Okay. Talking about like fucking ex-Niji shit, I'm going to make a tweet about this later and probably a community post, but I keep seeing it, so I'm just going to bring it up now as well. People keep fucking saying in my comments, like, why are you still covering Niji? Did we not agree to boycott Niji? Like, what are you doing? And like, first of all, I didn't agree to shit. I didn't sign a petition. Fuck you. Second of all, my entire thing is VTubing last week, right? I cover shit that happened last week. I present the information. You guys are free to do with that whatever the fuck you want, right? If I just cut out an entire part of like the biggest agency, it wouldn't exactly be an unbiased news source. So I'm going to keep giving you the information. I'm not going to tell you to go watch Niji or love them or whatever. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But I'm not just going to not talk about Niji forever and ever. Especially because like from what I don't think everyone in Niji is an asshole. So if a Niji member does a cool thing, I'm going to show the cool thing because it's a cool thing. And I don't think the Niji member deserves to be fucking blacklisted because the company as a whole is kind of shit, right? So, I don't know. I see that a lot. I'm probably going to tweet it out so I can maybe try and... I keep getting comments every time I know I'm going to get them as well because I showed the fucking Millie... I showed the Millie 3D debut. So, I know I'm going to get those comments again of like, why did you show the Millie 3D debut? Aren't we... Like, no. I just give you guys info. If you don't like Niji, it was like 3 seconds of the short. Just fucking, like, I don't know, close your eyes and ears, you fucking man-child. But I'm going to keep featuring shit that happened because that is VTubing last week. It's not things I enjoyed last week. If it was, I would never cover fucking drama. Anyway. It just frustrates me. I don't know. Like, I'm not endorsing Niji as a whole just because I featured something that one of their members did. Anyway. What else is on the agenda? Oh yeah, the Millie 3D happened as well. Yeah, I'm not saying you guys have to, like, I feel like a Niji blacklist at this point from a viewer perspective is fine, but I feel like as someone who's ostensibly presenting the news, if I just decided not to feature any Niji news, it'd be a bit
Niji needs to copy strike him before he goes for the throat.
Yeah, I've actually got like a cease and desist sent to my door, so I actually can't say anything bad. No, but I don't know, man. I also just don't want to become like what like kind of False and Kyo are at the moment. I couldn't do it. It would make me too sad. I don't want to live my entire life every day being like Niji L. Oh my god, new Niji drama just dropped. Oh my god, Niji took another L. I hate Niji. Like, bro, I got too much negativity in my life for that bullshit. I ain't trying to live my life constantly hoping Niji does one minor inconvenience so I can make 5 videos about it. All right. False and Kyo, we're in a similar space. I like what they do. It's useful. It's useful
cool
having
I enjoy the
long-term content.
News, not the corpo issues. Also, I tend to listen to you while cleaning house.
Clean that house. You're doing a great job, sweetie. Actually, my room's pretty clean. I cleaned it yesterday. I'm going to listen to myself while cleaning it. That made me go really quick. I hate listening to my own VODs. False and Kyo, I understand their anti-Niji sentiment because Niji did try to fucking bury them. Like, Niji tried to actually assassinate their channel, so I understand the negative bias they have towards them. It's just, if that was me, I would be exhausted. Constantly, I'd die. So, personally, I will cover drama insofar as I will give you information and maybe state my opinion, but I don't harp on it for weeks on end because that makes me sad, and I don't like being sad. I'm sad enough as it is. I don't need VTuber drama adding to it. Let's see. So that was the new Vshojo member. Oh yeah, we have the Pixel Link. Pixel Link's got their 2nd gen coming up, Chronicle. Seems to be like Time Gears based, which is pretty cool. You love to see it. Hey, Cupcake. Sad boy corpo win. Yeah, I need a corpo I can send my membership into. I don't think I could apply for a corpo at this point. I don't think they would take the news VTuber. I think I've burned all the bridges. I need to get a voice changer and like apply to like fucking Phase or Idol or something. I could be a cute... I'm actually in Idol ES, guys. I'm actually secretly Spanish. Hola. Yeah, I'm actually in Idol ES. Little secret trade tip. It's me. I speak no Spanish. I'm sure that will go great. Oh yeah, there was the off-Kai Idol. Speaking of Idol, Idol and V4 Mirai are doing... Off-Kai is kind of popping off. Oh yeah, that was the one thing I forgot to mention about the Mofongo situation, which should kind of... It should be kind of a given that the entire group is disbanded. But yeah, no, Mofongo is not going to be at off-Kai anymore. I did see... I haven't watched Kyorasa's debut, but I did see that she was coming back. How did it go? You cancelled my trip to off-Kai, sadly. Ah, it's unfortunate. At least you can get a refund on the tickets, though. I kind of wish I could go to off-Kai, man. I hate the fact that just because I'm not American, I miss out on all of the cool conventions. I want to go to conventions. I want to meet people. I want to do cool things. This is not fair. I'll be at VExpo though, which is cool. Oh yeah, Yoshi. We're talking about Yochi's debut. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, Rikami, Kage, Phoenix, and Andy aren't going to be there because Mofongo as a whole is destroyed. A bunch of new people. So I was going. Fucking everybody's going to be there. It's the Smash Bros of VTuber conventions. I swear to God. Sad because kind of not wanting to go to TwitchCon. Kind of not wanting to go to TwitchCon because my experience last week now it's basically TwitchCon or nothing. I mean, WeebCon was apparently good. Did you manage to go to that, or were you not able to attend? I don't know if conventions would have me. I'm not like I don't know, man. I'm a shorts creator and like I'm on Twitter, but I'm not like a huge. I don't think they'd go out of their way to invite me. Nobody, bro. I am convinced everybody hates me. The world hates me. Because I've been trying to get like a reference sheet commission for a while, and I've messaged so many artists, and none of them have got back to me. And I'm like, bro,
she cleared some things up about the termination as best she could. Basically, nobody's opinion got changed, and I went back to watching Rockers karaoke.
Okay.
Easy clap.
Ow. Thank you for the super chat follower. Okay, I'll have to watch it after stream. I hate you. I know you hate me. You just hate me because I'm built better than you are, and also because I now have 10 times more blackmail on you. Thank you for that, Lope. I appreciate it. It was great of you. I had to say sip drama in the VTuber world. VExpo actually invited me, like, I'm actually kind of surprised. Given the names attending VExpo now, it's kind of wild. They actually reached out to me, like, way early. Like, I think late last year? Like, before they really even announced anything, they reached out to me to, like, host a panel. I couldn't at the time because I thought I was going to be back in Australia, which I'm kind of bummed at now. Because, like, bro, I could have been hosting panels, but I also would be terrible at hosting panels. I don't know what the fuck you do for a panel, so maybe I kind of dodged a bullet. But, you know, they reached out. I couldn't accept at the time because I thought I'd be back in Australia, but I'm not going to be, so I'm going to be attending. Thankfully, they're still letting me, like, go, which is really cool of them, and I'm excited, so. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to... I am planning at least one time in my, like, VTubing career to just go to America and hit all, like, the conventions. Hit, like, TwitchCon, hit WeebCon, hit off-Kai. Just fucking do them all. I know I might have to be there for, like, 3 months, but fuck it, Weeball. And then I can just come back here and complain about everything in America. I can have the America experience. Because it's cool. I get a bit of FOMO when I see like all the VTubers posting a bit shit, and I'm like, man, I wish I was there. But then I suck in social situations, so I know for a fact I would be the worst person to go to a convention because I would not talk to anyone. I would be overstimulated. I would stay in my hotel room all day. So it might just be a bit of grass is greener kind of shit. Because, yeah, no. When I hear about like VTubers meeting up and like going to like karaoke and shit, bro, the way I would immediately die and like, nah. Loud noises, crowds, social interaction, new people, people that I like, nah. I'd die. I'd hear like a VTuber that I knew and immediately run in the opposite direction. I'd hear like fucking Numi laugh from the other side of the convention hall and be like, nah, bye. Peace. I can't deal with this. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Jump out the window. Off-Guy is going to feel like grass is greener, but TwitchCon I've been told is more worth it, even with Vegas not great. I kind of want to... Okay, I kind of want to go to Off-Guy just for Vegas, just because I feel like that's a cool thing for bucket list. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd hate Vegas. I'm like 90% sure I would hate Las Vegas. It's like everything I don't deal well with. It is people and crowds and loud noises and drink and all that shit. But I feel like it'd be cool to go for like a... For like a bucket list kind of thing. Anyway, I was talking about Off-Kai. So, okay, so some holomems are going, Kiara's going, which is funny because Coefficient's going to be dancing in Kiara's cosplay, which is hilarious. Kayla is going, Bibutex. I do like that, like, Kikiriki, get some help, Bibutex. Regis is the leader of Tempest Guild and Hero of Slime. It's very, like, legit and like, oh my god, that's my title. I think Gavus is just fucking die. Bro, the way I laughed when I saw this, just... Why is it just die? Just... You should kill yourself now. Some low-tier Gavus. Jesus Christ, this made me laugh so fucking hard, man, when I saw it. I scrolled down and I was like, why is it... Yeah, it's not like even like I'm going to die or like we might die, it's just die, full stop. Oh, I love Gavus. Gavus is so funny. Oh, bro, the free run memes. Bro, have you seen the free run low tier, like the low tier free run meme? Have you seen that? Oh, it's like dubbed. It is dubbed by people to have like the entire low tier god run in that free run scene. It's incredible. I love it so much. Okay, what have I not done? Did that. Oh yeah, the hololive meet. I haven't seen the Freerun abridged yet. I rewatched Freerun the other day. I've been tweeting about Freerun. That's actually, instead of tweeting about drama, I've just kind of been tweeting about Freerun. This shit is my favorite part. Okay, I'm not going to go on a Freerun rant. This is just a little side tangent. I've been good for like an hour and a half. I haven't went on like any tangents. Give me like 5 minutes, all right? Let me have this. I deserve it. I've been good. This scene was my favorite part of the whole show. Like... So, this entire fight, this bitch has been hitting Stark and he's like, I can't beat her, and then he realizes her fucking swings are mid and just tanks her blow and slices her in half. Is my like, it is such a fucking Dark Souls U-level Dex meme. I don't know if you guys know the Dark Souls memes, but the fucking don't ever level Dex, the strength build versus Dex build for a while. That, oh, it was so good. I loved it. I think it was so funny. He just tanks an axe blow and he's like, man, I don't know why I was so scared. Your fucking swings are mid. Fuck you. Lightning strike cuts her in half. It's incredible. Wow. Anyway. Oh yeah, the hololive meet. I think I bookmarked that somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, here. So they announced, I think they announced the official date. I think it's May 11th off the top of my head. So this is, I talked about this in the past, a few months back, which is, they're doing like a meet and greet in Taipei. I think Fumoko's going to be there and a few other people. I think it's May 11th. I think I remember seeing that. So you can get your ticket. I'm pretty sure you can buy your tickets now. So if you're going to be there and you want to see hololive, there you go. Oh, the first visual for their Australia concert came out as well, which is pretty cool because they're doing a concert down under. Pretty pogger shampoo. Yeah, here. May 11th, tickets are opening, or ticket pricing announcement, and where it's going to be and stuff. So there you go. That's from last week. Okay. Atho's taking a break well, he's not taking a break. Atho's on a break because he's had some health issues, which fucking sucks, but I do wish him the best. And then we just have some model debuts. So Yochi, Spite, and Selkie, I think all had model debuts, which were pretty cool. And you should go check them out. I'm always scared to show VTuber model debuts because they tend to be a little bit bouncy, and the bouncy tends to scare me because I don't mind getting demonetized, but I don't want YouTube to nuke my channel, so. And you might be like, Pen, that's overreacting, what do you mean? But I show 1 millimeter of titty in a YouTube short, and YouTube sends the FBI to my location, so I'm erring on the side of caution, but I would recommend going and checking out those debuts, although you probably already saw them. They were on Twitter a lot. I think that's it, basically. We spent like most of the time talking about the drama, but yeah. Drama kind of overshadowed everything this week, but new hololive member, new Vshojo member is cool. Oh yeah, I saw the Melody fucking Ruby collab, which was funny as hell. Okay, who's actually live right now that we can read into? I don't actually know who's live. People were live earlier, but I don't know if anyone's live anymore. Any suggestions? I guess I could check the list, couldn't I? Redirect. Who can we redirect into? Aster has fucking rates enabled? Holy shit, okay. Zumi's live, Kai's live, Sheena's live, Merryweather's live. Merryweather's got his uncapped subathon gone. Poco's live. Bree's in 30 minutes. Man, fuck Bree. All my homies hate Bree. I think, oh, Mary's asleep. Pfft. Is Mint rateable? I doubt it. I can check. I don't know if I'm confident enough to... Ludwig is rateable. Yeah, you guys, you want to raid Ludwig really quick? Yeah, let's go. Let's just... No, we're not raiding Ludwig. I'm okay, actually. Let's see. I don't know. What are we thinking? Well, Poco, Fuyo, Kai, and Fuyo, Poco. The other one. Okay, they're all in the same stream, so we can just raid into one of them. You want to raid into Poco? Fuck it, why not? Maid didn't pop up, so I'm assuming Maid isn't raidable. I think. I mean, actually, let me do a... Sometimes YouTube's weird. Let me do a custom search. It'd be funny if she was. I don't know if she is. She is. What is she doing? She is live. We weren't raiding to Maidment? We could. I guess nothing's stopping us. Okay. This could end badly. I don't know. Fuck it, who cares? We'll raid Mint. Fuck it, we ball, right, chat? This is some fuck it, we ball? Fuck it, we ball energy? Are we fuck it, we balling time? I don't... It's weird. I normally try and raid into people that I've at least talked to before, but fuck it. Who cares? Fuck it, send it. Alright, thank you for joining me today, chat. I'll see you guys, I don't know, I'm in some collabs this week. I'll put tweets out about them later. Globy debuts. Oh yeah, there were some more Globy debuts, but we talked about them last week as well. So yeah. Also yeah, I'm very hungry. I didn't finish my dinner and I want to go eat. So I will talk to you guys next week during collabs. Go enjoy Mint. Say hi. Well, you probably have already been in her stream. Let's be honest. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.